So I played this game called A Normal Lost Phone. I found it because I was excited by the game I played recently, Tell Me Why. And I wanted to search up other trans characters in video games, like main characters. Not just sort of, oh, they meet this character on X mission. And doing some research online is quite difficult, to be honest, to try to find trans mask characters in video games. The same 5 games were touted everywhere. Only 2 of them had the main character being trans mask. One of those was Tell Me Why, so I've already played that one. The other seemed kind of like an animated side scroller. It seemed like maybe something I wouldn't be as interested in. But back to A Normal Lost Phone, and it's very like minimalist. So you go in there and you're just given the screen of a mobile phone that you've presumably found, like, you know, abandoned on some park bench or something. It never really says where. And the game loaded up in German. My phone's in German, so games usually load up automatically. You know, they just grab the language from my system. And sometimes I will change it over to English, but other times I won't. I'm reaching the end of a 4-year degree in languages. French and German, with German being by far my stronger of the two. So sometimes I'll just see if I can get there. And for the phone, that sort of format, it was a lot better because I'm already used to the way that, you know, computers talk in German. And you're tasked basically with, I don't know, like invading the privacy of this random person who's left their phone somewhere. Presumably, maybe to find some details on them so you can get the phone back to them at some point. The more you explore, the more intrigued you get by their life. You start hearing about all the dramas that they were experiencing at school. They've just turned 18, but they're just coming out of school. So you hear about all the school dramas at the end of that year. There's relationship drama, there's family drama, there's dating app drama. There's all kinds of things, different things going on, and you're sort of mapping out slowly the story, because all the information that you're getting is from being pulled from different apps. Like, there's a texting app, that's the one that it drops you straight into, so first of all you read all the text, or I did anyway. There's email, there's a weather app, which like some of the apps or accounts, you know, you need a password for, and those are found in other areas of the phone. And some of those I couldn't figure it out. So I went online to, you know, some game guide, and I see some people like shitting on gamers who, you know, go and find the answers to difficult parts of the game online. And I find that a really gross way to treat someone. There's like a certain energy level that you need to solve a really difficult puzzle. For me, and this is just my experience, if I don't like a game and I come across a puzzle that's really difficult and it gets frustrating, I just quit the game. You know, I don't really have that drive to go any further with the game past that. I'm like, well, I wasn't really liking it anyway, and now I can't get past this bit, so fuck it, I'll go and find another game, I guess. Wasn't really my cup of tea. But if I really like a game, and I really want to advance, and I really want to keep playing, and I come across a part that I just can't get past, like can't find the code, don't know how to, like my brain just can't quite get around how to perform a certain trick, I will go online and I'll find the answer. And I had to do that a couple of times because it's a little bit abstract, the way that you find the answers. But there's loads of interesting parts of it. I won't tell you where, but one of the apps hides a diary within it quite smartly. And I kind of want an app like that. It actually, it seems like a really cool concept, especially for someone that got parts of themselves that they haven't shared with the rest of the world yet. The main character, I thought was trans man for the vast majority of the game. I suppose I just assumed that. but it turns out they were a trans woman instead. Representation on either side is fine. I'd like more representation on my side, but from my extensive search earlier on trans men in video games, I know there to just not be many of them. The same 5 games across every website and platform that I found information on them from. So clearly this wasn't one of those 5 games, but I wanted to check it out anyway, so that's fine. There's a couple of shocking parts, which is kind of cool, where something happens, someone says something and you're like, hold on, drama alert, what the fuck? So it's quite fun. It does ask you to interact at some point. Like, you go to check the emails and you're in an email exchange with your best mate and you wrote it before, like, presumably before the Wi-Fi cut out, and you've got the Wi-Fi back up now, so it asks you to send your draft email, and that for me came with a little bit of a moral conflict, because this isn't my phone, this isn't my drama, this isn't my best friend, I've picked this up in a random fucking park, and what, I'm actually going to interact with the other people on the phone, like actually influence this person's life? Don't know about that. So it took me a little while to press send, but I had to. It was one of the achievements, and the text I got in return from her was part of password in the end, so that's fine. I also heard one of the parts that I like about it, on the dating app, on one of the dating app accounts, there's a bisexual man that your character's chatting with, just about like LGBT events and centres that you can go to for advice and to meet other trans people like yourselves, and gay and bi and lesbian and all that kind of stuff. And it tells you to go to a forum and you've got to find some pictures of yourself. I don't know how I was supposed to select which one of these, because your character had gone to Pride and they'd taken a whole bunch of pictures and you downloaded them all onto your phone, and I had no idea which one was me, but I was supposed to send a picture of me to this person on a dating app, and I got the wrong one first, and it was like, don't think that's you actually. And I'm like, oh shit, wrong picture, and now I look a bit sus, but got the picture in the end, and she's really pretty. It's sweet. It's all animated, like it's not photography. It's all in a specific, quite cozy animated style. And right at the end, your best friend is talking to you, and your text that you had no part in had gone, oh, what if someone finds my phone? And your best mate's like, well, look, you've left the town that you were in. You're not going by the same name. You've left everything else behind. So even if they do, grab your name from your phone and bring it to one of these establishments in your phone, like your gym or book clubs or any of these places in your phone, you're just not going to be there anymore. So not a lot they can do about that. And it gives you the option to wipe the phone's data. You're essentially giving this person the chance to sort of go off on their whole brand new life without their old life coming after them. Because there are certain elements of their old life that you don't want coming after them by the end. Definitely. You're definitely on this person's side the whole time. It's kind of cute. And it's surprisingly compelling for a really, really minimalist game structure. Like, it is literally just a phone. Like, you're flipping through apps and messages and searching the internet and unlocking, accounts and all of this kind of stuff. It has music in the game that I just thought was part of the game, and then I realised that there's a fucking music app on the phone, and then you can go and switch. Like, you can choose which music is playing in the background. It took me a while to figure that out, but I found that to be quite a novelty, and I liked that. So I bought the app with, I bought it on Steam, and I bought it with soundtrack included, which I always do. I've got tons of soundtracks, and that was only £3 something in GBP, and I think it was £1 something or £2 something maybe, for just the game on its own. So it was very, very, very cheap. And I think that's because it's quite a short, sweet, simple game. It didn't take long to go through, like a couple of hours at most, and to be honest, quite a bit of that time was me just trying to figure out those couple of puzzles that I couldn't quite solve to progress. But yeah, it's really sweet and I like it. And I think I'm going to continue trying to find trans games because they're fun. Go check out the game. It's on Steam. Just a normal lost phone. All right. Ciao.